Minutes before 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday. And I am not. I don't like to think I am anyway. I'm not a name dropper. But Tobin Wagstaff is my friend. Tobin Wagstaff is my friend. He was one of my Facebook friends, and he is the name you've been hearing about, the father in the family, and also the founder of Studio Percussion, and they are going to be featured on a TV show this coming Sunday, this Sunday evening. I think the show is at 8. It's the Extreme Makeover show that ABC has been putting on. It's touched my heart many times when I've watched it before, and now I actually get to see home not only of a guy that I've sort of got to know through Facebook. I've never met Tobin in person, to be honest with you, but we share something. He's got a love for music, and in fact has extended that love of music to his whole community through something he has created with his wife called Studio Percussion. So let's say good. And he got to play with Kiss too, by the way. So.
Yeah.
Tobin Wagstaff. Good morning, Tobin.
Good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Good. You're up in Gainesville right now?
I'm in Gainesville. I'm actually at Studio Percussion right now, so I can be somewhere quiet when I spoke with you guys.
Oh, awesome. Now let me ask you about Studio Percussion first. How far back does that go?
Well, the concept for Studio Percussion and I guess the official origins of Studio Percussion goes back to 2002, about June.
And what was the idea? Is there a mission statement that whether it's written down or just?
There's the generic mission statement that we have on our website, but and I'm a bad boy because I don't have that memorized. But but the general idea is this: is that we're an arts community-based charitable organization, and what we try to do is if someone's interested in participating in something artistic, if we have a way to provide that to that person, then that's what we do. And we have, like any business, we have expenses and stuff, so there is tuition involved, but what we do is we work with people to make sure that we can meet them where they are, and if they have a hard time affording tuition, we work with them on that, and we don't turn anybody away because of money. And that's the thing that's special about what we do. We don't have a pot of money that subsidizes the cost of people taking lessons here or being involved in the artistic opportunities that we provide. But what we do is, we find a way to plug them in, and regardless of how much money could be in a pot that you might give, the way that a lot of other scholarship programs tend to work with other charities.
And did you do it out of your house?
We started out in our house.
Okay. And no longer in your house, obviously. You have a separate location now, right? Are you there?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Someone just interrupted me. My bad. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Well, the question was the actual studio. Now, this is like a school. Now, who is typically the student? Is it a child?
We do a lot with children, but it's children and adults. And I do remember your previous question. We started the business out of the house in 2002, and what we did is, we grew pretty rapidly. We were just doing one-on-one lessons for about the first year or so, and then we started doing our group classes, and then at that point we started getting involved in a commercial location, and we've really just kind of blown up since then. And in our current space, we've pretty much maxed out the amount of people that we can deal with.
Is your wife also a drummer?
She wouldn't call herself a musician, but she's a musician, but she's more of a dancer than a musician. And she's been all she's an artist. If you think of someone who's a true artist, she's really a true artist. She's very creative. She's very good with dance and movement and music, but she's also great with things like painting and drawing and that kind of stuff. And so she, I don't really consider myself an artist. I'm more of a technician. I know how to do stuff. But I'm not very creative, and she brings a lot of the creative side to what we do, and I kind of, as a technician, try to make some of it happen.
Oh, that's very sweet. And as a school, did Studio Percussion, were you like regularly involved in recitals? Like, did you put on public performances with the students?
Yeah, that was pretty important to us from the beginning, and but we kind of do this with a twist. We try to not ever do anything the way anybody else is doing it, and that's hard to do because there's a lot of stuff out there. But your typical student recital might be, you're in an auditorium, everybody's dressed up all fancy, and they're performing pretty traditional pieces of music. And we wanted to get away from that. We didn't want to set ourselves up to be pigeonholed into doing that sort of thing. So basically, what we do is with our members is, we ask them what they want to do and how they want to go about it, and then we try to make it work. So we try to get creative with how we do our performances. And, we do, I guess, something of like the traditional concert or recital from time to time. But what we try to do more than that is go out in the community and perform for other people. We do like the Spring Arts Festival downtown in Gainesville.
Mm-hmm.
We do things for other charities, when they have special events or fundraisers. We have groups that play at sporting events. So we do a lot of different things.
And you're very eclectic because you do run the gamut from teaching music theory to allowing the students the creativity that they have in their hearts, because that has to work together. You can't have one or be one without the other. You've got to let your creative expression shine through.
Yeah, we're really an organic organization. And the idea behind that is, it's not just me and Joe. We're not sitting here telling people what to do and how to go about it. We really find out from the people involved with us, how they want to go about things, and we do it that way. So, as people come and go, the face of the organization changes a bit, and so we're always looking to just do what the people want to do and be creative about it and have a good time, and that's what it's all about anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Tobin had sent. You send out like invitations to come up to Gainesville to be part of a jam session now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Robert and I are musicians also, but we're not percussionists. We're not drummers. I play guitar and Robert and I sing, and we do it for children and for in like a nursing home kind of gigs, typically. But so you sent an invitation one time, and I said to Robert, "You want to go?" And then I thought, well, what are we going to do? Just strum a guitar or something. I mean, do you ever have people come to those jam sessions that are not drummers?
Yeah, actually, we do something once a month called Family Jam Night, and this was something that originally started as Family Drum Night, because back, in the early days, we were focused mostly on drums because that's what I do.
Right.
But since then, we've expanded into a lot of other things. But with our Family Jam Night, what we do is we have a bunch of drums, but we also have, an actual jam set up, and it's kind of a cool opportunity because people can come and check out instruments and play on them for the first time without being told what to do. Some people like to have that opportunity. And then that same evening, there are opportunities to do structured things. We'll set up little activities and jams and let people play together. And to my knowledge, it's the only family-friendly jam that isn't, that's a regular ongoing thing. And it's definitely not at a smoky bar.
Yeah.
So it's a unique opportunity, and people do come to that. And we have that once a month. You guys should come sometime.
Well, I would love to. Tobin Wagstaff is our guest. He's the founder of Studio Percussion, and he's also in the news right now because of the fact that he and his family had a new home built for them by ABC, by the volunteers who came up for the Extreme Makeover program. We'll get to see it on Sunday. We're not allowed to ask you about the inside. You know what I told the audience and Robin? We had an interview one time with what's the Muppet's name again?
Elmo.
And
he was fun too.
And the people, the attorneys or whatever, they sent us a note. You cannot ask Elmo certain questions, and one of them was, "Are Bert and Ernie gay?"
Yeah.
So this is the only second time I've ever been told by a network, "Do not ask."
Yes.
So I'm not going to ask. I'm not going. Well, I don't care if you tell me if Bert and Ernie are gay, but I mean, I'm not going to ask what's inside the house.
Yes.
But let's talk about that experience for you. First of all, I wanted to say this: that I think they picked a really wonderful couple and family because you are really leaders in the community, and you deserve it. I really, when I looked at who was getting it and realized what you were doing all this time with your wife, I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. And the people who get the homes who've had tragedies, I mean, it makes sense for them too. But it's kind of runs the gamut on that show. They pick homes, and who knows how they choose who they choose. But in Tobin's case, I mean, I'm hoping, and he can. Do you feel like you're more able to give what you've been wanting to give than you ever were before?
I really do feel that way. On one hand, we know that the publicity and all the attention and of course the physical help in actually having a house, it should definitely kind of give us a step up into furthering our mission and vision with Studio Percussion and the other things that we do in our community. But on the other hand, the show hasn't aired yet. It's Friday, the show airs Sunday, and we'll see what happens after Sunday too. I'm really excited to see people's reactions. I'm really excited to see doors open and how we might be able to capitalize on the situations for our cause.